My cadet Arlert, just the person I was looking for.
Oh! Hi, Hanji. What a coincidence, actually. I was just looking for someone myself. Say, have you seen...
Oh, I'm afraid I have to stop you right there. I really don't have the time right now, working on a new experiment. Speaking of which, could you hold this for me?
Hanji... Look, I don't normally question your experiments or why you do the things you do, but why did you just hand me a bunny?
Oh, you'll see all in due time, my dear. Now, I'm afraid I do have to dash. Take good care of them for me, would you?
Hanji, wait! Damn it. Well, I guess you'll be joining me on my journey, little bunny. See, I happen to be looking for my partner right now. Today's our anniversary, and I really wanted to surprise them with something special. But they vanished. How convenient, am I right? Well, I suppose we'd better get looking. Hey, no. Hey, stop squirming so much. I'm gonna drop you if you keep moving around like that. Please, I really don't want to hurt you. Hanji asked me to keep you safe, and to be honest, I'd still want to keep you safe even if they hadn't asked me that, but since you're so important to them, I really should do my best to protect you. Now just stop squirming, and I'll give you a treat, okay? You'd like that, wouldn't you? I thought that might get you to calm down a little. Now just try to stay still, okay? I'll do my best to walk slowly so I don't jostle you around, but it's on you to keep yourself still most of the time, okay? Alright, now, let's get going, shall we? I already checked the mess hall, the library, the courtyard, pretty much everywhere, actually. I really don't know where they could be. What did we just say about squirming? Stop. I'm going to drop you and then you won't get your treat. Come on, please, just settle down, okay? Look, I'm sorry that you're stuck with me. I really am, but you can't just try to get out of my arms every chance you get. Come on, just settle down, please? For me? For Hanji? For something? Okay, well, I have no idea what convinced you, but thanks for settling down a bit more. Damn it. I've checked every square inch of this castle. I have no idea where they could be. I'm starting to get worried. They've been missing for 2 hours now. They're never away from me for this long. Where on earth could they be? Oh, I'm sorry. All of this stress is probably bothering you, isn't it? Here, maybe if I... Does it help when I pet you? Oh, you're so cute, you know that? I've always had a thing for bunnies. I used to want one as a pet. But of course, though they seem cute and innocent, they're rather chaotic, aren't they? Well, I suppose I don't have to tell you. You certainly know, don't you? You know, I think I always liked bunnies because they remind me of myself. Everyone assumes that I'm weak, that I'm all cute and innocent or whatever. But on the inside, I'm quite the little devil myself. Oh, you seem a bit confused by that. You tilted your head a little, and I know that sometimes bunnies just tilt their heads and they can't stop tilting them, so eventually they die, but you turned your head the proper way after. That displays curiosity. Goodness, you seem to have human intelligence. Maybe that's what Hanji was experimenting with. That explains why they had to rush off so soon. Well, either way, you seem to be a bit curious as to what I meant by that. You see, you know what? Let's sit down for a moment. I read a lot, and when I read, I come across these rather dark ideas that people have come up with, both fictional and real. It's very interesting when you're older, but when you're a kid, if you're very invested in the story, and if a certain character has that way of thinking, and you try to relate to that character and act like that character, it has a tendency to get to you. In fact, a lot of my personality traits I developed based on characters from literature. One of those traits being coming up with extremely grim solutions for issues. For instance, if perhaps someday the Survey Corps was viewed as an enemy of humanity, I would probably suggest that we cause some kind of accident to happen, as big as we can make it. Granted, there would be a lot of casualties, but we could swoop in and save the day, and then we'd be heroes again. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have started with an example like that. You seem a bit concerned. I promise I'm really not a bad person. At least, by my own standards. I like to think of myself as a good person. I always try to do what's right for the most people, and even with my enemies. I want to talk things out first, reach some kind of compromise or understanding. I never want people to get hurt, but if it's the only way, then so be it. And the same goes for when people have to die. I really don't like the thought of people dying, but I understand that sometimes they just have to. That's the way our world works. Of course, there are a few people I just can't accept that for. Oh, you're tilting your head again. Do you want to know which people I'm talking about? You nodded! That's incredible! Well, my friends, of course. Eren and Mikasa, mostly. They're my closest friends, after all. I've known them for what feels like all my life. Though really, we met about 5 or 6 years ago, I want to say. I know I've known Eren longer, but Mikasa's incredibly loyal and she takes good care of us. And, of course, though I have other friends, I'm sorry to say that it would be easier to let them go than it would be to let Eren and Mikasa go. And my partner, I could never let them go. I just couldn't. If I found them slowly dying, for any reason really, I would throw myself upon the ground, begging, praying to any god that would listen to take me instead. I could never live with myself if something happened to them, especially something like that. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, you seem so worried by that. Hey, it's okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to worry you. Don't worry, I doubt that anything will happen to them, and I doubt anything will happen to you. Hey, speaking of which, is it just me, or did you grow a little? It almost looks like you grew to be the size of a small dog. But that must just be my imagination, right? There's no way you could have grown so much in such a small amount of time, right? Okay, I saw that time. You grew more. You're still growing. What in the world is that? Are those hands where your paws just were? Okay. Well then. At least, that explains why Hanji wanted me to keep such a close eye on you. But... why did they do this? Oh my! Your entire body, arms, legs, everything. It looks like a human. You still have your tail, and your head hasn't changed, at least not yet, but that's extraordinary. I never thought this would be possible. Granted, Aaron's able to turn into a titan somehow, and Annie could do the same, but I never thought that Hanji would find a way to turn animals into humans. Or, the opposite of that. Either, sweetheart. I didn't realize that you were... First of all, can you just explain why? I'm sorry, that should not be my reaction right now, but why does it seem like Hanji somehow turned you into a rabbit? It was a surprise? What do you mean? For our anniversary? But why were you a rabbit? Oh, I see. They were just trying to give you rabbit ears and a tail? Oh my. Well, that's what happens when you trust Hanji, huh? They don't always mix things properly, nor do they measure things properly or choose ingredients for chemical compositions properly. They really don't do anything properly, do they? No, not even their work with Titans. Well, at least you're mostly back to normal now. And you still have your cute little ears and your tail. That's what you were trying to do, right? Well, at least all's well that ends well? Huh? Oh, that stuff. Yeah, I meant what I said. Why do you ask? Of course I would. Honey, if something happened to you, if you were going to die, I would do absolutely anything to keep you alive. Okay? I would do absolutely anything to keep you safe. Hell, if I had to go down to the crossroads and make a deal with the devil himself, just to keep you safe, I would. In fact, I have thought about it once or twice, only when I was extremely sleep-deprived and reading horror stories, but I haven't thought about it seriously, and I certainly wouldn't know how to do that, but you get the idea. I would do anything for you. I really would. And based on what I'm seeing right now, I'm guessing you'd do the same for me. Yeah, nothing beats trusting Hanji. If you're willing to trust Hanji, of all people, for the sake of making your significant other happy, that really shows just how much you care about them. So, how long are the effects supposed to last? Well, I only ask because I'm sure that having such large ears and a tail that seems to be pressing against the back of your pants in an uncomfortable way must be awfully inconvenient, right? No! I really like them. I like the way you look now, it's just... I'm more concerned about your comfort, you know? I would hate for you to put yourself through so much discomfort just to make me happy. Really? It doesn't bother you? Then I'm really glad. But still, how long do the effects last? A week? Goodness! That's certainly a long time. But, considering the little mishap with this that happened earlier, maybe we should consider the possibility that it might last a bit longer than intended. No, that doesn't bother me at all. I think you look really cute like this. I wouldn't mind if you stayed like this a while longer. Would it bother you? Then I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I almost hope that the effects last all month.